don't know if he sees me. Try to get out of here real quick. Oh shit!
I am the one to avenge them! Me! I'm going to defeat you!
Well, what do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the channel. My name is Zarkator. This here is another Warframe video. Today we are looking at my personal spin on a nice melee Gauss build. So here's the thing, right? Gauss, G-A-U-S-S, I pronounce it like Gauss and not Gauss. There are in fact conflicting... Ooh, my camera goes through my melee here. There are in fact conflicting facts in the game. Lotus says Gauss, and the Vitruvian, not the Vitruvian, the Laverian guy, Drusus Laverian, he says Gauss. So I'm gonna say Gauss just because I think it sounds cooler and it sounds closer to gas. Gas. Anyway, let's just look at the build real quick. What we have here is Gauss. As you can see, I have no primary because you can actually just kind of use any primary with this build. Like, I would personally just use my Ceranos like I do in every video, or the Fulman if it's like a assault rifle only sortie, or the Kuvacomb if it's like a Steel Path, some or other. And the Phantasma is actually the ideal thing for Gauss, but it is in fact too overkill. We will show that in a minute, but if you want to get a good look at my Phantasma build, here it is. Vigilante supplies is not necessary if you want to save a forma, but this is yeah, just take a screenshot of that, man, for real. Like this thing kills, and you will see. But the main focus of this build is going to be the Kuva New Core because it's a little bit easier to use with and without Gauss. So this is kind of gonna be your main build outside of using Gauss. Like, this is your actually I want to kill a thing build. If you have a Kavat that gives you that high red crit chance, this will get even stronger. But with Gauss specifically, we're not even going to focus on killing an enemy with the new core, although this build can still kind of do that. We don't really have too many damage mods. We don't even have Hornet Strike or any multi-shot or anything. What we have is just hard status chance. You can have Sure Shot in here. We have Eject Magazine because whenever we're going to be using our melee, it's going to be automatically refilling the ammo on the new core so that I don't have to reload like ever. And that's quite nice. So let's look at the Gauss build himself here. What we have, basically there's only 3 things that are making this build really work. Everything else is kind of optional, kind of, you know, just to taste. Like corrosive projection, you could go for like energy siphon or something if you're using Naramon or something. You can save a forma by not using rush. There's only a 2 forma build anyway. But the main things that are making this work are Arcane Strike, and if you don't have a rank 5, that's okay. I think like a rank 1 or even a rank 2 would be fine. Because it's only just, as long as it procs in general, like even 20%, 10% attack speed, that's pretty good. Either way, if you're in an emergency and you need to attack faster, Gauss has his 4. The 4 is not even part of this build, guys. It's just overkill. If you want to really just fuck shit up, you just press 4, and it's just not a good time for the enemies. But the second thing making this work is Pillage. Now, this is a very high duration build, and duration is not very good on Pillage. Because you want those shields to come back to you after they hit the enemies, so that you get that tankiness. Little known fact about Pillage, though, is that you can re-tap the button to instantly call them back anyway, so that doesn't actually matter. The only thing that does matter is that we're very low on range, which means that Pillage will only start at a 3.68 meter radius, but it will expand over the course of 5 seconds, and as soon as it hits enough enemies for me to get my shields, I'm just going to tap it again to get that tankiness back. The main thing, honestly, since we have our 2, is just I'm just using this to get rid of some of the enemy's armor. Like, it's not even a tanky ability, even though that's, you know, it could be used for that. But yeah, that's the Gauss build. Why don't we look at this melee weapon? Now, here's the thing. You can use any, count 'em, any melee weapon in the game for this build. What I'm using here is Ase, which is a polearm Zar I've built. Exodia Brave if it's a Za. If it's not a Za, don't worry about it. If you've got something with a Riven, go for it. But basically, the build is as follows. Whatever stance you like, doesn't matter which one. And then these 6 mods right here: Condition Overload, Blood Rush, Primed Reach, Organ Shatter, Weeping Wounds, and Berserker. These will make your melee weapon fuck. As you can see, I'm not even using Prime Pressure Point, or Sacrificial mods, or, you know, Prime Fever Strike, or anything like that. This is just the hard status plus combo build, you know? Because Gauss facilitates attacking so fast, so often with melee attacks, relying on combo this hard is kind of the ideal. And then these last 2 slots are kind of whatever element you want to go for. I've personally gone Corrosive because this Za happens to have viral damage innately, so I'm doing viral Corrosive, which is super, super good. But just to show, like, whatever old melee weapon, just this other Za that I have, like, I could throw together a build real quick right now. All you need are whatever stance. If it's a Za, put on an Exodia, and then, you know, it's just those 6 mods. 1, 2, 3, Berserker, 4, Weeping Wounds, 5, Organ Shatter, 6. And then whatever other 2 mods will get you your element. So I can do like Prime Fever Strike, and then Cold Damage, Vicious Frost, and there you go. The reason I don't have it on this weapon right now is because this is a heavy attack build, and that's just kind of what I've been using this for because of Exodia Brave. But, you know, this will work just fine. But before we show that, we're just going to use Ase, because that was the example I was going to use for this video. Why don't we spawn in some enemies, yeah? Let's pause the AI for now. We're just going to bring out my new core. I'm going to build up my meter a little bit. You don't actually have to do this yet. You'll see, though. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to spray the new core at these enemies, and see how fast they got procced? That was like, what, 4 ammo, and they got 28 procs of 3 different elements. Now within that time frame, before that element runs out, what I'm going to do is take advantage of Condition Overload plus Berserker to go to town with this melee weapon. So let's do that. Just spray everybody. Just everybody. And then bop. And welcome to the shit show. Welcome to fucking Pain Central. These enemies they're filing for bankruptcy as we speak. This is uncalled for. This is absolutely barely even legal. Is this like, is she 18? Is she even 18? This is barely legal content. Don't even, am I gonna get demonetized for this? This is horrible, what I'm showing to you. So anyway, just to show that we can do that with any old melee weapon. What's like a bad melee weapon? Like the Haruto. These things heal you, but they suck ass. Let's just like put this together with the Haruto, just to show that you can really do this with any melee weapon at all. As long as I can fit it without having to Forma, at least. Organ Shatter, Weeping Wounds. Yeah, I can fit this. Cool. And then let's do Vicious Frost, Fire and Scourge. Yep. There you go. That's the build. Just throw that together in 5 seconds, and let's see if this works. Yep, it's killing them. So you out there, you mastery rank, whatever you are, like 10. If you have these mods, or at least most of them, you too can do this with literally, and the new core is not even, the reason I'm using the new core is because it actually has a secret status proc. If you look at the enemies when I shoot them with the new core, see how they get like swollen? She's all swollen. That's actually a hidden status proc. I don't know if it has an official name in the game, but it's like, I call it the microwave or something, or like extra radiation procs. You just really, it's like that episode of SpongeBob where they make Squidward all swole. that actually counts as another like status proc towards corrosive projection. And that's the reason like the nuke core just gets that little edge out over other specific beam weapons. But I'm gonna show you that if you really want to just kill things with even less trouble than you already weren't having, let's just get something like the Grand Prime. Yeah, Grand Prime's got this build on it, right? Yeah. Let's just go with the Grand Prime. Let's instead of the nuke core, let's use this here Phantasma. So this Phantasma build doesn't have as much status chance as the nuke core does, but this Phantasma does way more damage, at least with this build. So what we're gonna do is pretty much the same thing. Oh yeah. Enemies aren't dying, shoot the Phantasma at them, and then swing. And if you're too lazy to even press E, the Phantasma already just kills things. It just kills things, and the Phantasma just reload is so quick. And the reason it's better than the nuke core on Gauss is because of its reload. When you're in your 4, watch how fast this thing reloads. It's like there's no downtime. You're just shooting bullets. It's ridiculous. So the Phantasma is just like absolutely illegal, like uncalled for nonsense that you should not even be using. It's too strong for this game. But yeah, if you want to add even more bullshit on top of this, you could use a Panzerwolf pilot like Hirundo here. The only important mods on him are Viral Quills and Panzer Devolution. Everything else is just kind of flavor. I have Prime Animal Instinct for the utility, Fetch obviously because Vacuum is always good for loot and such. Everything else is just kind of luxury, just to feel like I've accomplished something by having a mod in every slot. So let's do this at full power. Unpause AI. Let's get the full meter here. Turn on my 4. We're gonna 3, and then un-3, and then Phantasma a little bit. And now shit dies. As you can see, shit dies. God, get a screenshot of these numbers. Shit dies. So that's Gauss. That's what Gauss does. He's beautiful. So is this fashion. Oh my god, this Tenogen skin I have on him. It's the Agito skin. It's Tenogen. It comes with the Valesti Sindana. I've got the Osira armor set on him. God, it's so good. Anyway, that's gonna be my Gauss build. That's what I've been using lately. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you guys in whatever else I decide to do in the future. Okay, bye.